welcome to another episode of Chopping Samples in Koala with me, your host BirdBoss. Now this week I'm back in Koala with a sample that was suggested by the community, and I don't quite remember the name, but I'm going to throw it up there on the screen. Let's check it out. I also have an acapella. I'm going to try to take that community suggested sample, put it over some DIPSET vocals, make a hip-hop beat out of it, and let's just see. Let's check out a brief little preview of the sample. Hopefully we don't get another copyright strike.
Amar seu olhar, seus lábios beijar a viver.
I already have it kind of chopped up here, but what really caught my ear was these sounds here. So the first one was this. The second was. And the third one was this one. When you're making beats, sometimes you have to think about like what the audience is. When I put out beats just to listen to, it's kind of a different process compared to when I'm making a beat for like a rapper. In my head, there's a couple things that are going through. One is don't make it too busy and don't make it too complex, because there's still somebody that's going to come over on top of it and try to rap over it. So if your beat is crazy and there's so much going on, it's like, well, you're not really leaving room for the next person to add to something, you know? On this beat, I'm really only going to focus on 2 chops, maybe 3 chops total, the drums, vocals. So let's get right to the chops.
À luz do luar.
Okay. All right, we have a nice little 2-bar loop, so I'm going to double that and then double it again to 8 bars. And now let's get my man singing on. Where's that?
Amar seu olhar. Amar. Amar seu. Amar seu olhar. Amar seu. Amar seu. Viver. Amar seu olhar. Amar seu olhar. Amar seu olhar.
The whole original sample is kind of like an interesting little time signature, so I'm like kind of trying to like mangle it.
Amar seu olhar. Amar. Amar seu olhar. Amar seu olhar. Amar seu olhar.
Hey, hold up.
Amar seu olhar. Amar seu olhar.
Anybody out there that speaks Portuguese, let me know what my man is saying. So I'm happy with this loop. Like I said, it's something simple, so I'm kind of going for more of like, okay, someone's going to rap over this, so let me not do too much. Let me keep it steady so that they can add their little kind of stutter step, whatever, you know, type of flow they want to add. So the next thing we need is drums. But before I add the drums, let's take a quick commercial break. Let's pay some bills, and we'll be back here on Chopping Samples. This episode of Chopping Samples is brought to you by La Flostra Nostra, a Sopranos mixtape produced by BirdBoss and performed and written by Crumb. This mixtape is all Sopranos, samples, clips, scenes, lyrics, performances, dope stuff. Let's check out the opening credits.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yo, how you doing? Real shit, hit is a hit, dip in the whip, never flip, call me Skip while I'm blowing on stiff. Now I'm in Jersey, checking my rear view. Friends of ours, I'm just trying to endear you. All due respect, this project is fan service. But damn, I got your man nervous. The mixtape, this shit's great, we put it down, said my piece, I'm a beast. It's $4 a pound. $4 a pound.
So we've been working with our loop. The next thing we need to do is add drums. So through the power of TV magic, I already have a drum loop right here pulled up. And what I'm gonna do is here on this, you hit this like dice button, you can kind of change how often the sounds of your loop come in. If you want it to come in every single time, then you have it set as 100%, right? But if you want it to come in just every once in a while so that it gives your loop variation, this is like the ultimate tool. I have the first kick set at about 50%, and I have a couple others set at 50% too. So some of the kicks are just not going to come in, and it's going to give that little like unexpected little room to breathe. There's our loop. I have the kick drum a little bit loud because I'm going to add compressor to the whole beat. So that's going to give it that side chain kind of like ducking effect. And so I need that kick drum to be the loudest element of the beat so that as soon as that hits, the rest of the beat kind of ducks down. And I'll show you in a second. But all right, so we have our... Okay, and then we have our sample here. So what I'm going to do is... All right, they're both 8 bars. I'm going to drag the sample to one empty sequence, and then I'll drag the drums to the same empty sequence and hit mix. And let's check it out. Dope. I kind of want to switch up that break for when the vocals come in. Let's check that out. I have this swing crazy up high. Sorry, I usually like to dial it back a little bit. This is a good opportunity to get into mixing a little bit before I add that side chain. So as you can see, that kick drum was all the way up, so I just turned it back. So let's like... Gotta put both headphones on for this. This snare has this hi-hat at the end of it. And so I'm just kind of like, it's very bright. Like if it's so bright, if I take it off, but if I enable it and just bring this in down, see, it just kind of makes it a little bit muddier. And I'm probably going to do the same with all the sounds, just so it's not so OD bright. I need to... This also needs a little... I just noticed that this kick drum is clashing with this one. So I just want to take this... Let me just show you a tip. You can turn the attack all the way up. This is what it sounds like with the attack up a little bit. Without the attack, you have that kind of strong like first hit, but with the attack, it's subtle. But when you have this happening, when you have the kick and that happening at the same time, you kind of have it, it's like a little less boomy, you know? You don't need both kicks hitting at once. I love how this is a little bit late too. I don't even know what that is. Is that in the track? I already have the high end taken off the sample. This is what it sounds like without the EQ. It's like a lot of nasty, like, I don't even know what, but if you look here, if you literally look at the waveform, there's like a lot happening on the high end. It's adding this like shh kind of sound to it that is not going to work for me. So let's enable that EQ. I swept out a good amount of the high And I'm gonna do the same thing here. And look at it. Look at the difference, bro. Like, hey. So I have no bass line yet. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna go to split stems, take out everything except the bass. Split. Not sure what the fuck I just did. All right, I want to try something. Let's go to crop. Make mono. Split stems, and I just want the bass. So this beat has no bass, so I'm gonna use the split stem feature to see if I can. Nah, that can't be it, dog. So I'm trying to use the split stem feature to isolate this bass, but let's try it again. Yeah, it's not. It's like spitting out like not, you know, not that. So I'm just gonna delete these, and what I'm gonna do is let's try something. All right, I got the sample here. I'm going to go to EQ. I'm taking all the bass out, or I'm taking everything but the bass out here. So now I have two samples. I have one that's just the bass, but it's like been bass boosted, as you can see. And then I have one where I took out the bass. So let's drag one here, mix. It works. That actually worked. So I just copied the same sample twice. I took out all the highs and the mids on one version of the sample, and then leaving me with just the bass. And then I took out just the bass on another version of the sample, and then I put them together as one. So I basically just bass boosted the sample. So now it has a little bit more bass, because I don't think that there's even a bass in this. It sounds like it's just a bass guitar. Okay, so now that we have that, let's go to our vocals. All right, so the vocals is like this Juelz Santana freestyle that I found. If you want to learn a little bit more on how to isolate vocals and kind of make your own remixes, please feel free to check out my video that I did on like just that. I'm not going to get into it, but it's not really that hard. Just kind of takes a little bit of patience. All right, now I've isolated the vocals. So I just quickly EQ'd it because I kind of wanted to sit a little bit differently in the mix.
Them bitches known for that. Yeah, them bitches known for that. That's why I keep a dome, a hat, condom, robe, a rat. Whatever you niggas call it, I'm all for that.
The EQ definitely helps, because it's like, even with the vocal isolation, this was such a low quality track that I was originally even like trying to isolate the vocal of, that there's still a lot of noise in the background. So it helps to kind of like blend everything together. It's never going to be perfect. Like, you're never going to have like a studio quality acapella by using like the built-in thing to Koala. It's just like, it's powerful, but it's not like, there's nothing that's going to compare to like a direct rip. So when you're doing this, you kind of have to like work with what you have. You know what I mean? Not every track is going to make a good acapella to make a remix out of. But the idea is like the background noise and everything, like an element of your track, and you build on top of it and with it. You kind of try to like almost bend the sample to your will a little bit. But anyway, let's finish this up. I'm in the performance section. I'm going to hit hold, and let's hear this back as we, you know, add our effects that I like to use here. So first things first is compressor always. It kind of squashed the vocals, so I'm gonna.
Whatever you niggas call it, I'm on for that. Yeah, I bury you niggas all in corpse and rats. Get your torch and gat, it's war and fat. Jump, y'all ain't fucking with me. There's nothing fucking with me. Santana Jones, I leave nothing. The blamer often leaves parts and pieces on your shorts and sleeves. Then I'm off the streets, yeah, off to eat. In a altered sea with the altered seats. I off grind the homie. I'm a monster, homie.
Just trying to make sure that the vocals and the beat are kind of blending together. There's no exact way to do it. It's kind of just like use your ears and just see whatever sounds good to you.
I'm a monster, homie. Move fast, shoot fast to get monsters off me. Them bitches known for that. Yeah, them bitches known for that. That's why I keep a dome, a hat, condom, robe, a rat. Whatever you niggas call it, I'm on for that. Yeah, I bury you niggas all in corpse and rats. Get your torch and gat, it's war and fat. Jump, y'all ain't fucking with me. There's nothing fucking with me. Santana Jones, I leave nothing. The blamer often leaves parts and pieces on your shorts and sleeves. Then I'm off the street, yeah, off the eat. In a altered G with the altered seats. I'm off this speed, off the scene with an awkward lean. It's all for me, it's all for green. Jump.
A little too much reverb. Add a little bit of the built-in vinyl hiss.
I'm a monster, homie.
And there you have it, a quick remix and a beat intentionally made for a rapper to rap over. Simple drum beat, simple sample. The rapper just goes crazy over it. And that's it. It's BirdBoss. This has been Chopping Samples. Thank you to everybody for watching, commenting, liking, sharing, etc. All of the above, all of that good stuff. I read it all and I see it all. So thank you. Until next time, there's nothing left to say. There's nothing left to do but hit play. Thank you.
I'm a monster, homie. Move fast, shoot fast to get monsters off me. New ass, new rapper, keep monsters off me. Them bitches known for that. Yeah, them bitches known for that. That's why I keep a dome, a hat, condom, robe, a rat. Whatever you niggas call it, I'm on for that. Yeah, I bury you niggas all in corpse and rats. Get your torch and gat, it's war and fat. Jump, y'all ain't fucking with me. There's nothing fucking with me. Santana Jones, I leave nothing. The blamer often leaves parts and pieces on your shorts and sleeves. Then I'm off the streets, yeah, off the eat. In a altered sea with the altered seats. I'm off this speed, off the scene with an awkward lean. It's all for me, it's all for green. Jump.
Seul.